Labadiena, Manovarda Sira Anthony, and Malonu Buticia Vilnius. A really pleasure to be here with you. Before everything, thanks very much to attend this event. And I really like to say thanks to the whole team, especially to Osha and Valdas, and all the conditions, because it's been really pleased to be here, and first time in Vilnius, so I really hope that you're going to enjoy the masterclass. So to start, we may be going to get the recipes, just to make sure and to understand what we're going to do. So I've been preparing, I've been thinking about different kind of fruit and thinking about different way to adapt the fruit puree on a dessert. So as you have, we're gonna see one cake. So this basically this bavarois, this torte, I'm gonna adapt it as well as a plated dessert, because it's quite complicated in like 2 hours to make just one torte. Okay, so this bavarois, the plated dessert, based with different technique on this recipe. Then we go with individual dessert, like the Flavicarpa passion fruit. So and I decided to think about something like warm, because it's a bit cold over here those days, just to warm up us. Then we'll see a verrine. Okay, a small glass. And finally, we'll see a fruit jelly and a marshmallow. And actually, what we can do, just to walk you up, is, just now, I just feel like this, we maybe could start with to give them. And flavor, I want them to test it now, and then I'll make sure they're going to stay until the end. I'll talk about the different puree we're going to use. Okay. We'll see, I show them a new product, like antioxidant and superfruit product, which is acai from Brazil. So before to start everything, I just would like to take like 5-10 minutes to talk about why we are here, so to talk about Ponthier. Because, so in all my experience, pastry chef experience, I'm 37, it's been like 37, so 23 years. So over my 7 years studying in France and all my like working experience, I realized that as pastry chef that we don't know each other, but there is a really good thing. It's because we have a common point, a similar point today. We have the same passion. Why? Because fruit puree, we know fruit puree. And everyone uses fruit puree for mousse, ice cream, gel, for whatever. We used to sorbet. We used to use a lot of fruit puree. And they have to tell me if I'm wrong, but what we used to do, we order the fruit puree arrived, we open the fridge or the freezer, and we put it inside. On the other side, in pastry, there is many products that we use. Like, for example, and I'm doing a promotion for you, like chocolate. We know about cocoa butter percentage, we know about origin, we know about blend, like mix, and we see that all the different chocolate brand, they are working this way. So nice packaging, nice putting in front the origin, cocoa butter percentage, the blend and everything. But if nowadays you guys work already with Ponthier or not, have you guys seen a difference? Not talking about the flavor, but seen a difference between the brand they used to work before and this one?
Yeah, there is a difference.
Yes,
there is a difference.
There is a difference. What's the difference you've seen?
The big difference she can see is pear puree,
because
but it's more thick and more strong flavor.
Like real fruit.
Yeah, real fruit.
Real fruit. Exactly. Why? And that's why this brand makes totally the difference. You can tell them that Ponthier is more than 70 years old brand. I know Ponthier for 5 years. I used to work with the really famous one because my master put it in my hands and I said, all right, that's going to be the best one. Why? And so why it's different? It's because in each range or each flavor we have, we always work with, that's make the difference, with one origin and one variety. That's why we get the real flavor, because nowadays traceability, it's really important. It's the only brand working this way. The other brand, what they put like strawberry, like apricot, like raspberry. How many raspberry varieties there is? You mix each, like maybe, I don't know, 50, 100, I don't know. Each different raspberry got a different flavor, not bitter, but acid, sweeter, or you know what I mean. So if you blend like 2 varieties, it will taste raspberry. But if our Ponthier process is fruit and go and find the variety, that's why it has the real fruit, because we are just working on one single variety. And I don't need to tell you guys that it's obviously much more complicated to focus and to make for Lithuania, Poland, Germany, France, for the wide world, one variety, okay? Then taking raspberry, the whole year, we take the whole year, we mix it, different varieties, and was so because today we are here, so tell them that the way I feel when I arrive in Ponthier, and then Ponthier put me 20 flavor Ponthiers, 20 flavor famous brand, and 20 flavor other famous brand. But Ponthier realized as well that it was part of his fault because they haven't done a big marketing. So that's why now we have a really sexy black packaging and good image and everything. And to finish, because I want to talk with my hand, I've talked too much. Big things, a stamp. Have you seen that there is a stamp here? You've seen it?
Yeah.
Yes? Do you know what means this stamp? Exactly. Pesticide quality control residues. So, European legislation, all right, ask to each product, like mostly all the product, but fruit puree, to have a check on 50 molecule pesticide to put the product on the market. Unfortunately, nowadays there is a lot of different pesticide in our life and our everywhere. So, what Ponthier is doing, because it's already working on the origin and like putting money, like investing money on all the product. What is doing is all the strictment requirement, Ponthier's requirement. Ponthier ask to all his like a farmer or food provider, a really strict requirement. Why? Because Ponthier send all his product to Germany in a laboratory, who then can give Ponthier this stamp, and this stamp is just checking about more than 620 pesticide molecule. So we basically could talk about, like, in a food puree, the first natural product. Not talking about ecologic and everything, it would be too much, and other stamps, but totally natural. Let's start. So we're gonna start with the first one. We go back to exotic fruit bavarois. Okay, so I have it here, just to see you more or less the looking is not finished. I will finish it later. It was it's still an exotic fruit bavarois, but I show you I brought some decoration, and I've done it like a safari. I've been thinking about I don't know, Africa and everything, because we need to warming up, and just to you guys to have an idea. So the way I'm gonna do is because I'm gonna focus on all the Ponthier technique with fruit puree, right? I have no time to show you how to make the sablé and everything. I'm just gonna tell you the way I do and some little point for me to get the best texture. What's quite important in our work. So first of all, we've got here coconut dacquoise. So the coconut dacquoise, as we know, number one, we got egg white, caster sugar, almond powder, icing sugar, and desiccated coconut. So what's important, first of all, for this kind of, when we use egg white, it's to have a room temperature egg white, that everyone knows that it's whisking better, okay? So I got the egg white, I put all the caster sugar, and I mixed almond powder, icing sugar desiccated, put it, I whipped it well, put everything, I've done everything inside, I mix it inside, and then I put it inside the mold, and I bake it. We baked it, and then we put it in a blast freezer. On the other side, you've got coconut sablé. So yeah, that's going to be the base, basically, of my cake. You just need, guys, to mix, first of all, the way I do, butter, sugar, and then all the dry ingredients. As fast as you go, you're gonna add like hair inside the butter, so you're not gonna get this real nice texture and sablé texture we are looking for. Then we go with the pineapple insert. So the pineapple insert, it's one of the filling of the bavarois. So for bavarois pineapple insert, we've got pineapple, puree pineapple, puree pineapple. So we've got pectin and caster sugar. I use different kind of pectin, like NH, yellow one, or the X58. X58 is working well with lactose and acid. So we've got the puree pineapple here. What I'm gonna do, the way to work, I'm gonna talk about different pectin or dry stuff I'm gonna use, but this kind of product we always have to add it before 45. 45 will be the top temperature. What I used, I always mix it with sugar. Every kind of pectin before to add it to a liquid or whatever, the base, you always have to mix it with a component agent like sugar, dextrose, whatever. But I used to put it now at 35. I check out that sometimes the texture from my recipes, they were not good enough. Because when you said 45, if you're not doing you on your own, when you say 45, the guy put it at 50. So now I tell 35, and I know that it's putting it at 45. I'm gonna reach the boiling point to active my pectin. Then I'm gonna get my fresh pineapple brunoise. Once I get the boiling point, I add it, and I cook it like over a minute, just to make sure that I will pasteurize my pineapple as well. So thinking about hygiene, thinking about chef life and everything. Yeah. And even to don't, the water is taking out the pineapple, to don't have it then in my cake. All right, so I cook it over a minute. On the other side, I have my, I use potato, fécule flour. I could have used gelatin, I could have used something else, but I would like a base for you to work for vegan. The way to work like this is quite a cook way. They used to do it quite a lot in the kitchen, to work with the potato flour with water, okay? And then exactly the texture changed straight away. And I finally finished with the rum, okay? Finished. What I would do now to prepare my my base, is to put it on my dacquoise, and then put it in the blast freezer. Okay, I have enough. Give me it back. I'll leave it here. Just go inside. So the X55, they can 58. They can do maybe chocolate gelatin, for example. So that's done. Straight away we go with the passion fruit and banana bavaroise. The way I put the recipe on it is like the normal English custard, like we know how to do it. We used to cook to 85 and everything. I'm gonna show him now. It's to do it like an inverted English custard. So I will put on my on my pan the fruit puree, so banana and passion fruit. All right. What we used to do is to put the yolks inside with the sugar. We put it inside and we cook it 85. So this is, now I show you the inverted way. So to warming up, like to reach the boiling point to the puree, adding the sugar, you add the sugar inside. And I actually do recommend to do this way using pasteurized yolks. I mean, it works with the fresh yolk, but talking about, it's quite important nowadays, hygiene, because we got many controls, many sanitary controls and everything. I do recommend do it with the 10 kilos yolks you told me about. Okay? So, got another whisk. Put some whisk now over here. So I reach the boiling point, and it's quite easy. Reach the boiling point, I will add my gelatin inside, and suddenly, without any, don't be afraid, you just take it and you put it boiling over the yolk. You mix it well, you blend it, and then you leave it cooling down until 35 degrees before to add the whipping cream. So I'm boiling, all right? I add my hydrated and dry gelatin, okay? And I put it here, and I will mix it. And then I will leave it cooling down to 35 degrees until to add the whipping cream. So, okay, I've got this one. This one frozen, okay? This one is done. Because as I've done my inverted custard, I've done the cake as well inverted. So I make it to stick it. So what I would do is basically having my mold like this. I put the bavarois inside, and then this like frozen upside down inside. Okay? Okay, we'll put it back here. So that would be the way to make this this stuff. So now for the next so this is the bavarois from yesterday. I mix it because I want to use it later as a plated dessert. Okay? Spatula. Up. That's gonna be for the dessert later. So I could leave it to stick inside, but because I'm a bit on a rush. So then there is two different glaze. Okay, there is one glaze exactly. So there is this one that you sell.
Yeah, we're selling this.
You sell it, so you can buy this one. Otherwise, with NH baked in, the recipe she's giving you, you can do it on your own. Doing it on my own, the glaze, the glaze you have here that you're gonna test later. I know my product, and it's like free of any adjunct, conservant adjunct and everything. The one on the two cakes, the two next cake, there is the glaze you have here, and the other one from this Flavicarpa. One I add colorant, yellow colorant, and on the other one, in this one, there is no colorant. It's just the puree. So before to go with the sun, just to show them, this one is going on the top, and you've done it on your own yesterday, and you see the texture and everything. All right, so let's go with the sun. The sablé breton. The same as before, all right? The same as before. One first speed. Don't go too fast. This is my best way to have a really sablé texture. You haven't seen it yesterday.
Yeah.
So this is from. It's not my recipe. This is the recipe of our pop. Pierre Hermé. I don't think we need to translate. I think that everyone knows Pierre Hermé. Pierre Hermé is the pop, is our pop. We don't know him, but trust me, is our big father. Mm-hmm. So just you get a yolk, you cook it as in the water. I don't use microwave. You can do it in microwave, but I don't use microwave, so you can do it in microwave or as a normal egg yolk boiled, all right? Then when you have it, then you pass it for a strainer, okay? Inside, and you're gonna get like, it's not a powder, but it's like a real smoothie texture. And you add it as it was a rare yolk at the same time as a rare yolk, but cooked. And you're gonna get impressive texture. Now we're going with the yellow passion fruit cream filling. Because I'm like this, the process, I'm not gonna do it like I wrote it on the process. Okay, I'm gonna give you a new technique. This one, as you seen, is with bain-marie. So as bain-marie, we know we put the sugar, the eggs, and the passion fruit, and we cook it like this, as we know, okay? 62, 65, and we cook it. Looking for this, and basically looking for, you're gonna see this texture, okay? Right? Okay? That's going to be this texture. The technique I'm going to show you, that's going to be this texture. Passion fruit, puree, sugar, eggs, all inside. So now, what I'm doing, I'm going to do. I mixed everything, okay? I have on my recipe some gelatin, some chocolate, and some cocoa butter. What I go first, I melt my cocoa butter. Why I don't mix? Sometimes we do something wrong in pastry. We mix chocolate with cocoa butter. So they're gonna be quite surprised, but I'm looking for the boiling point. One boiling point, just one, okay?
Yeah.
Stop it. I take
Gelatinas.
gelatin, mix it. I add my
Cacao sviestas.
cocoa butter inside, not with the chocolate, because otherwise, if I do it putting like this, I maybe not gonna melt all my cocoa butter. Everything have a sense, always. So this is the texture. Pour it on my, it's not burn, okay? I drop everything on the top. And I blend it as well. And then I get okay. And then when I have it, I will put it on the molds, like the molds we had in stock over there. You can choose every mold you want, and then you just have to fill it, and that's it. You put it in a blast freezer, and done. Now just for them to have a look. I'm gonna glaze one of them. Here I have the glaze, mango glaze. So the natural glaze, she gave you the recipe before, mine,
Sure.
with mango, like natural flavor, natural color. So something that we are looking for, I guess, all of us.
Warming up to 40.
So, no, yeah, this one we can do to 40 if it's even good enough right now. Can go to between 37 and 40. The fact is, in this recipe, I've done there is gelatin.
Without gelatin.
Without. Okay, they can add for it's 1 kilo.
1.2.
Okay, 1.2. They can add for 1 kilo 1 gelatin.
1 leaf.
1 leaf.
2 grams.
2 grams. It depends the final product. I mean, if I am in a hotel for a tea time, pastry shop, that I'm gonna have this individual dessert in a vitrine, I will add a bit of gelatin to keep it, like to stick a bit, to set a bit, just to keep it. If I am in the restaurant, that's more or less what I was looking for here. I want this glaze, which is setting well on the side. I want the inside doing like the sauce. Well, so just to show them the way. You've seen like yellow, natural, mango flavor, shiny, and cheap. So cool. That's gonna be for the plated dessert. Okay, this is the one I've done before with the same, basically the same glaze. All right.
Is it possible to put on the glaze on not frozen?
No.
Unschaltet.
It's impossible to glaze unfrozen. Unfortunately, pastry needs, how can I say it? Pastry needs, we need to work with frozen, negative frozen. We go with the plated dessert, but right now I'm going with the exactly this one. I'm gonna do the foam. We know agar-agar, we know yota. I will talk about yota gum. This is a seaweed later, seaweed jellyfin. So xanthana, like everyone think, is it's from a fiber. It's a fiber. It's not a algae. It's not from the seaside. You've got here. I give you another way to do a foam, and in this case, vegan foam. Okay. In the one I'm gonna do here is with the with Chantana, but the one they have here is with coconut, cream, and egg white. I'm not gonna use egg white or cream. I'm just gonna add Chantana. So using Chantana, just need to have the puree like melted. Okay, room temperature. You've got the recipe, isn't it, on the dessert dishes? So what I do like from Chantana for siphon, then you can use different fruit puree, okay? And you can use the siphon straight away. It doesn't have to rest.
We have a question from this lady. Can we use agar-agar instead of santan?
I mean, you can use the way is that I'm doing it in directly, like mixing, blending. I fill it, and I'm gonna use it straight away. Agar-agar, you have to at least reach 80 degrees. You have to be less than 80 degrees. You're not gonna get.
Agar-agar.
It's not gonna set. It's set. You have to blend. But I'm not using a jellyfin agent to don't have to melt again the base in the bain-marie. You know.
Yeah.
This is the texture, but you're gonna see the texture. So I would like to show them this way to do it because I can use it straight away. I don't need it to rest.
Yeah.
I will use this for this dessert and as well for the plated dessert. Okay, you see we already get texture. And it haven't rest, you know?
How long could it stay with this foam?
How long?
For a day or two, could it be?
I mean, we do the things for today. We are not doing the things like this for next week. Okay, just a second, because we have wonderful, and we can even. You have some chocolate, dark chocolate.
Yeah, we have. They are too big. You have to cut them.
No, it's fine. I am in a rush. I have no chocolate decoration. No, that's it.
We have meringue with chocolate.
Yeah, but I forgot to buy it as well. So I just have chocolate. No. Improvisation, because the one I would like to put on my on the base is like this. So it's done. It's the same mousse as this one from yesterday, but warm. We leave it outside, and everything doesn't matter. And I actually would like to make. I gave them they're on the dessert plate.
Mm-hmm.
No. Dessert plate.
Yeah.
Exotic. Dessert plate. Exotic time.
Ah, okay.
We have the bavarois. We have the bavarois cream. Okay, the bavarois cream. We have what we have. This is the Iota.
Cream. Passion fruit mango cream.
Okay, so yeah, it's not stabilizer. It's Iota gum. Okay, so just to have a look about the. It's still outside. It's still on the table, and still here. So, pastry custard. I have a pâtissier here without any flour, corn flour, yolks, anything. I just have the passion fruit, mango, and Iota gum. As on the process, the process they have on the other side, you get the two puree. You reach 35 degrees. 35 degrees, we put the Iota, we mix, and you boil it. So just interpreting the dessert with the elements we have on the cake. Okay. So I put here the coconut.
What's that?
Pepper.
Pepper? Red pepper.
So you see, this is the texture, like totally custard. A custard, but with
It's
Iota.
possible to freeze it?
Yes. It's going well or not? So you got this one. I've got some caramel from the what you have. I could put some curcuma. And I would do what I do like is improvisation. Like this is something that sometimes we forget in pastry. We are too a robot doing the things, and yes. And to finish, for the sudachi marshmallow, we have it. Quite easy. So we've got sudachi puree, sugar, and there is two inverted sugar. All right? We've got the first inverted sugar. So as you're going to see, there is no egg white. We've got the sudachi, we've got the sugar, and we've got the first inverted sugar. We have to go and reach 110. So have you seen, I never mix, when I do a syrup, I never mix with whisk. So we've got sudachi, sugar, and inverted sugar here.
Sure.
And I've got the inverted sugar in the second one in the bowl. What I have to do is go and reach 110 degrees, then add the gelatin. Okay, so I reach this. I said 110 degrees. If they leave the whisk inside, it's not going out. So I leave it cooling down. Just leaving the bubbles going down. In this kind of recipe, the the gelatin weight and the water weight, they are quite important. Otherwise, it's too humid for this kind of the gelatin I used to use for a cake or whatever. I always put the gelatin cold water, but the night before. The gelatin will never overset, but for the gelatin leaves, before to leave at night, I know the recipes I have to do. I put in different box water, ice cube, gelatin, and I leave it the whole night. Something that they don't have on the recipe. I asked this for the acai bowl, but tell them that I asked this. I'm gonna use it now. If they get a thermometer, it's around like 119. It's to caramelize without sugar, without normal sugar. Put it inside. It's like the same way to start a praline. We put some olive oil, okay, salt. You see, so this is important. What is happening here, because the sugar is crystallized. It's crystallized. It means that it's not thick. So to make it, I have to go down temperature, now go up. To crystallize this, I have to go down, and now go up. Now stop. Put some salt. So the olive oil is because there is sugar. I do it to cool down, but I put some olive oil to be fat. Okay, so we leave it here. This is for later. This is the texture we need. Okay. Before to stop the marshmallow. A bit here, not too much. And because you see the texture, if they go too much, it's gonna set, and then they're not gonna have something flat, no? So we keep going with the jelly. As we talked before, the yellow pectin goes always with sugar. So in the recipe there is 2 different sugar. So when it mixed, we get the puree and the glucose. And what we do, we put 45, but I reach 35. So I go. When we reach the boiling point, that we make sure that we activate well the fruit jelly, the yellow pectin. I go step by step, adding the sugar. Now, on the recipe, tell them that we used citric. But on the recipe, you've got acid. Yes. So this recipe, citric acid, like
powder.
Powder. The grams they have here it's not the grams of all the citric acid. It's 13 grams citric acid, 13 grams water. Okay, just to make sure that they are, because I guess it's written at the end of the over here. How many? Which temperature we have to reach?
106.
Nice. Just need to finish with the acai. You can call it as you want. Safari, Africa, leopard. It looks like done. So it will be done, it will be okay. Then we should put, the way to do it is to take it and to throw it on a
Film.
square or whatever, molds. But with those one, it's quite easy to do this way. Okay, that's it. You can clean up. I'm gonna now focus on finishing the dishes. Thank you. Yes. All right, so this one could be done, for example. Nothing about what I'm doing now was just like leave my inspiration. Now, before to finish and test this one, I'm gonna give you a energy shoot, talking about acai. You've got recipes of acai. This is a really different product. It's not is a fruit puree, but it's totally different product. Really trendy, really like for health, it's amazing. Superfood. The way is for the recipe you have. I basically made recipe for you. I haven't this recipe. I just made it for you, just for you to have a way to adapt acai and to weight acai. I used to eat it a lot for as a breakfast or smoothie as well. Okay, it's really fresh. The way it's you have to try to get how can I say it, ice cream texture. Okay. The fact is that this one to use it like this, you have to leave it all night in the fridge because there is no sugar, no fat, nothing. It's really healthy, but there is a lot of dry matter inside. So it's really hard, like a brick. That's crazy because I never done as big acai as I'm gonna do now. Mango, banana, okay, cocoa. This is the basic one, the favorite one I like. All right, and now to finish some help me. Some red fruit.
Flavor composition.
Yeah, flavor composition, but they
red
are
fruits, yeah.
but frozen.
Yeah.
So you see the texture, see the color. Okay, piping bag. All right. I just want them to feel, to see that. We see, yeah, pure. They just know that, okay, done. Can add many things. But this is I would like you to really feel the acai flavor, which always mix well with banana. And some granola or, how we call this one?
We called it muesli.
Muesli. As I told you, healthy and as bowl acai or totally as a smoothie. So I'm sorry to say that the class is finished.